Hello everyone. For all of you who are new here today, my name is Colin Canet, and today I put together a selection of some of the best tips and tricks of woodworking for last year. So sit back and relax and let's watch this. Here I am at my drill press and I have a few things going on here. The first thing is I have 3 bars on here. I took 2 of them off, and because I found that one works just so much better, the other 2 always kept getting in the way. The other thing I did was add a magnet to the side of my column. That way I always know where the key is. I can do things quickly, put it back, and I know where it is all the time. I don't have to go looking for it, but once in a while I don't put it back, and I put that red grip tape on so that it stands out, so I know I don't have to be searching around for my drill press key. And the other thing that I store right here, and you've seen it in some of my videos, this is where I store my measuring bars, and there's a magnet on the bottom of them, and that way I always know where they are because it's kind of in the circle of all my machines. This tip was sent in to me from John, and like many of us, I use my tabletop on my table saw for assembly of a variety of things. And one of the reasons I do that, and same with John, is we have this nice flat area here. And what he discovered is that if you use your square and put that against your fence, you can use a mag switch and lock that in place so that it gives you a nice big square area. So you have this area that is perfect for if you're, for example, assembling picture frames. You now have a much bigger area to work with. Now, what I also discovered in trying this, now what's really neat with this is when you lock the mag switches down, it actually locks the steel square as well. See how easy that is to move now? And then when you lock that down, it locks the square as well. But what I also found that works really well is if you lift it up just a little bit, and I'm just using some 3/8 plywood here, if you lift that up just a tiny bit like that, it still works the same way, but now you have a little bit more height. If you're assembling boxes or something a little bit higher, now you have a little bit more depth in there that you can put that together with. That was a really good idea. I really like that, John. Thanks for sending that in. I should also mention I was using the 150-pound mag switches on there, but look, I've got the 60s on there now, and they work just fine for that. So it's good to know that you don't have to have the biggest mag switch for that jig. Now, here's a little trick that I developed. Now, when you've got legs, for example, maybe you've got legs for a table that you're working on, and you twist them around to set them up however you want so the nice edge is showing. And then what I will do normally is I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's what I used to do, and you can see what that looks like. Now the problem with that, of course, is that after you've worked on the legs and maybe you've tapered them and they've been away from this angle for a while, sometimes you forget whether you were going 1, 2, 3, 4. You never know, don't always know which, for the one, you never know which one was right there. And am I looking at them from the back or from the front, whatever. Look at this. This is something I developed not long ago, and it works perfect every time. You go like this, you go 1, 2, 3, and you can never ever get those mixed up. It doesn't matter how you ever switch them around, whatever it is, they always come together in exactly the same way. And there it is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you always know where the front is, the sides, and the back. Just a perfect way of marking where you want your legs to be. For all of you out there using pocket holes, here's a great tip for filling those pocket holes. I know many of you already use long dowels and cut them off into pieces like this, but here's a little trick from Bob. So you could come in from underneath, or you could come in from the backside. You could even come in from the sides, whatever works best for you. I'm going to try it this way and see how that works. There we go. A little bit of sandpaper and that would be just perfect. This tip is from Timothy, and Timothy says that you don't need special little corner blocks when you're gluing up picture frames, and you can see that this is still loose. All of these corners are all loose, and I've just taken a moment to start ratcheting it together, and you can see that my cords are still a little bit loose, but I'm amazed. Look at how tight the corners are. They're pulling together perfectly, and I'm just going to keep on tightening this down, and look at this. It's just all coming together. I don't even need, all I'm using, he says you can just use these square blocks and it pulls together perfectly. And look at this, see how, look at how tight this is now. And that's enough there. You don't need anything tighter than that for gluing together picture frames. And all this is and just slide that off there, just a little ratcheting, whatever they call these, ratcheting cables. And you don't need anything special. And that works just great for a glue up clamping, a glue up for picture frame. That's a great idea. Thanks, Timothy. Well, that concludes my video for today. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do that. And also click the little notification bell so that you'll know every time I upload a new video. I'm Colin Cadet for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.